Kindled Orchid is undoubtedly one of the best hand cannons in the game for both PvP and PvE because of its great base stats, a wide variety of barrel options and stat boosts, crazy lethal combinations of perks, and overall easy accessibility. The stats of this weapon are mainly going to depend on the role that you get of it, but I think the two main ones that are always going to be the same and are debatably most important is that it has a higher aim assist than Ace of Spades at 76 aim assist, as well as just as good recoil direction with 99 recoil direction, of course compared to Ace's 100. With Kindled Orchid, you can have competitive stats to Ace of Spades, while having the possibility of higher stability with perks like steady rounds and flared magwell, and barrel options like chambered compensator that can boost the stability and make recoil more consistent and a little easier to control, resulting in easier headshots, which is easier 3-taps. There's also plenty of perks like accurized rounds that can increase range if that's more of an interest, and barrel options like extended barrel to double down on that. What really makes this hand cannon so attractive is how many perk options you have to make a hand cannon essentially that feels good to you based on what stats you value. And in addition to that, it has some very lethal perk combinations. In the most ideal scenario for my barrel option and Meg perk, I would want either small bore for a +7 in both stability and range, or chambered compensator, which gives me a +10 in stability and recoil direction. And for my magazine perk, I'd want accurized rounds for +10 range, or flared magwell for a good mix of stability and reload, or even tactical mag for a somewhat more subtle, similar reason. I wasn't exactly sure if barrel options that affect recoil or say they manage recoil still affected weapons with a near perfect recoil direction stat. From what I can tell from firing a Kindled Orchid that didn't have any sort of recoil management on its barrel options versus one with arrowhead break, the greatest effect in recoil management, I did think I saw a difference in the consistency and how vertical the recoil was. Although you want to get a good combination of barrel mods and mag perks for good stat increases, I think a good combination of trait perks is what matters most on this weapon. The roles that I think are best and most unique to this weapon are Kill Clip and Rampage for PvP, Surrounded and Rampage for PvE, and Surrounded and Disruption Break for Gambit. Let's start by talking about Kill Clip and Rampage. Kill Clip and Rampage gives you the opportunity to 2-tap an enemy after 1 kill. At first I thought this was rather unlikely to do, but the more I used this combo in game, I noticed that I was pretty often able to take advantage of it. I think this is easily one of the most unique and lethal perk combinations available on this weapon. Although neither Rampage or Kill Clip alone do enough for this archetype in my opinion for the adaptive hand cannons, neither perk alone actually changes the time to kill on this weapon, but the combination of the two here, although harder to utilize, allows you to 2-tap after 1 kill for a 0.43 second time to kill. Kill Clip is active for 5 seconds after getting a kill and reloading, and Rampage is active for 4.4 seconds after getting a kill, with the Rampage spec mod, which I think is necessary for this combination. This means both of these perks actually have a very similar duration, only off by about half a second. And as I mentioned, this makes it a lot more practical to take advantage of than I anticipated. Since there isn't an ability to 1-tap or change the TTK any further, we would mainly be going for a 2-tap, which is possible with 2 headshots, so long as you hit 1 headshot with both Rampage and Kill Clip active, and the second headshot with only Kill Clip active. Rampage times 2 in Kill Clip will allow you to 1 crit 1 body, but only with both active. After getting a kill to activate Rampage, using Tactical Mag on my roll and Enhanced Hand Cannon Reloader, instantly reloading after that kill to activate Kill Clip gave me a 3.1 second window where both perks would overlap and be active for, and that is the window of time that I'd have to hit 1 headshot to give me the opportunity to 2-tap, where Kill Clip would then remain active for another 1.8 seconds for me to get the second headshot for the kill. There isn't any scenario that will allow you to 2 body shots, so 2 stacks would be the best case scenario. In the worst case scenario, 1 stack of Rampage allows you to a 2 crit 1 body, and Kill Clip alone allows you to 1 crit 2 body. So is this hand cannon as good as Luna's Howl, Not Forgotten, or Ace of Spades? I do believe it competes with these top tier hand cannons for its own set of reasons. I don't think any weapon in the game will be better than Luna's Howl or Not Forgotten in a 1v1 engagement. They have the best potential time to kill, and although they have a strict activation requirement, still takes less headshots than other hand cannons. I know Luna and Not Forgotten can 2-tap in the right scenario, so finishing 1 kill with 2 headshots and carrying Magnificent Howl over to the next target, or putting in 2 shots, 2 headshots on a target without missing, and carrying Magnificent Howl to a separate target for a 2-tap kill. Magnificent Howl, though, has a lower uptime than Kill Clip, even if it's just by a second, and Kill Clip and Rampage together is very forgiving, tied to a similar uptime, but doesn't punish you for missing shots, allowing you to 2-tap an enemy so long as you hit 1 headshot within 3 seconds, and another within 5 seconds. Of course, the catch to this is being that it has a kill requirement. Considering that it has comparable stats to Ace of Spades and a similar degree of lethality to Luna and Not Forgotten, while also being a legendary hand cannon and not having as strict of an activation requirement, I would definitely regard this as one of the very best hand cannons in the game. Surrounded and Rampage was my choice trait perk combination for PvE and one of the first rolls I got on this weapon. Surrounded is especially strong in PvE since there are many scenarios where you are surrounded by ads, so it's a free 59% damage boost with the Surrounded spec mod. This in combination or even alternating with Rampage should let you kill most ads in one shot, and even help trigger Rampage easier. Against our Lost Sector Ogre, this weapon had a 648 damage base, and with Surrounded, with the Surrounded spec, went to 1027 damage. With Rampage times 1 and Surrounded was 1229, Rampage times 2 and Surrounded hit for 1450, and Rampage times 3 and Surrounded hit for 1702. Quickly bringing it back to PvP, Surrounded, although unlikely and risky to activate, actually has some good potential. It hits for 111 with Surrounded for a 2 crit kill, 122 with Surrounded and Rampage times 1 for a 1 crit 1 body, 134 with Surrounded plus Rampage times 2, same for a 1 crit 1 body, and 148 for Surrounded and Rampage times 3 for a 2 body shot kill. Again, getting Surrounded will help you activate Rampage easier because of that damage buff and carry Rampage over to separate targets. And the Surrounded mod not only increases damage but allows the Surrounded effect to linger outside of 3 targets for 1.5 seconds. So you can actually kill 2 enemies out of 3 very quickly with 2 taps rather than only 1 and then the Surrounded buff going away immediately. Surrounded and Disruption Break is my niche Gambit role. I don't have it yet, but I want this role for Gambit because you can still get the massive damage buffs of Surrounded, which is great for clearing ads, and I can bet that usually in Gambit, you're going to have more than 3 ads around you, but also for when the Primeval Envoys spawn and the Primeval spawns, this makes it very easy to kill the Primeval Envoys. Kindled Orchid is Void, which matches the shield of the Envoys to break the shield very easily, and then activates Disruption Break to debuff them and allow us to do more damage, but more importantly, stack that with Threat Level and its Trench Barrel perk being a kinetic weapon for some pretty massive damage and a very easy way to kill the Primeval Envoys quickly. Disruption Break debuffs an enemy after breaking their shields, allowing you to deal 50% more damage while they are debuffed. This is useful, as I mentioned, to stack with other buffs like Trench Barrel and Threat Level, or maybe if you really hate One-Eyed Mask, is a great way to negate the Overshield in the Crucible. If you have a few Disruption Break hand cannon users on your team to combine with some kinetic hand cannon users like Ace of Spades users for a pretty beneficial team comp. Anyways, that's my review of the Kindled Orchid. Hope it was worth your time and hope you found it enjoyable. If you for some reason want to hang out with me on Twitch, my link's in the description, but if not, carry on with your day. Thanks for watching.